By the time you reach 60, your heart has pumped more than 2 billion times, sending life-giving blood through a network of vessels that, if stretched end to end, would circle the earth twice. This circulation is your body's delivery system, carrying oxygen to your brain, nutrients to your muscles, and vitality to every cell. But here's the challenge. As we age, that intricate system begins to lose efficiency. Blood vessels become less flexible, nitric oxide production declines, and the flow that once powered your body effortlessly now meets resistance. You might notice colder hands and feet, slower recovery after activity, or a foggier mind in the morning. What many people don't realize is that your morning meal can either work against this decline or actively reverse it, setting your circulation on the right track before the day even begins. Circulation is not just a mechanical process, it is the foundation of vitality. Every thought you form, every step you take, every breath you draw depends on your cardiovascular system delivering a steady stream of oxygen and nutrients where they're needed most. After 60, the small vessels, the capillaries, are often the first to show signs of wear. These tiny, delicate channels are where oxygen exchange happens, and they are highly sensitive to changes in diet, stress, and hormones. When they're healthy, they act like open highways, allowing energy to reach your muscles and clarity to reach your brain. When they're compromised, it's like trying to travel through a city with constant traffic jams. Everything slows down and fatigue sets in before the day has even started. The morning hours present a unique opportunity. During sleep, your body is in a state of fasting and your circulation has been running on low power. The first food you eat in the morning acts as a signal. It can either promote dilation of your blood vessels, increasing blood flow and oxygen delivery, or cause constriction and inflammation, setting you up for sluggishness and stress. Nitric oxide, the body's natural vessel-widening molecule, plays a starring role here. At 60 and beyond, your ability to produce nitric oxide naturally declines, but certain foods can trigger its release, restoring flexibility and flow to your arteries. Choosing those foods at breakfast gives you a head start on the day's circulation. We now understand that this is more than just avoiding bad breakfast habits. It's about actively feeding your vascular system what it needs to perform. Aging is accompanied by a drop in endothelial function, the ability of your blood vessel lining to respond to changes in pressure and demand. Studies have shown that this decline is not inevitable. Diets rich in plant nitrates, antioxidants, and anti-inflammatory compounds can improve endothelial function even in people over 60. And the timing matters. Starting the day with circulation-friendly foods gives you measurable improvements in blood flow within hours. But circulation is not only about the physical transport of blood, it is also about how well your body responds to stress. Poor morning circulation can elevate cortisol, your stress hormone, and make it harder for insulin to do its job, leading to blood sugar spikes and crashes. The right foods in the morning stabilize these systems. When you deliver a steady supply of nutrients and oxygen early in the day, your nervous system can relax, your hormones can balance, and your energy can remain steady. In short, breakfast becomes a daily intervention for both your cardiovascular and hormonal health. The reality is, you have control over this. Just as certain habits, like a sugary pastry and coffee on an empty stomach, can set you up for vascular strain and hormonal turbulence, others can give your arteries the flexibility of someone years younger. The science is clear. Your plate can become your most powerful morning medicine. And as we'll see next, there are specific foods that, when eaten first thing in the day, don't just fuel you. They open your vessels, feed your cells, and help you reclaim the circulation and vitality you thought aging had taken away. There are 3 common breakfast choices that quietly work against your circulation after 60, not because they're obvious health hazards, but because they trigger a chain reaction that stiffens your arteries, slows your blood flow, and saps your morning energy. The first is refined carbohydrates, like white bread, pastries, or sweetened cereals. These cause an immediate spike in blood sugar, followed by a crash that leaves your arteries constricting rather than opening. The sudden surge of glucose forces your insulin levels upward, and this hormonal shift can impair endothelial function. the ability of your blood vessels to widen and deliver oxygen efficiently. Over time, starting your day with these foods can accelerate the decline in vascular elasticity that aging already brings. The second is processed meats such as bacon, sausage, or breakfast ham. These are high in sodium and preservatives like nitrates, which may cause inflammation in the vessel walls. High sodium intake can also lead to water retention and elevated blood pressure, adding extra strain on your circulation. While an occasional serving may not be harmful, making processed meats a morning staple creates a daily micro-damage effect, tiny insults to your vascular lining that, over years, add up to a significant reduction in blood flow. The third is excess caffeine on an empty stomach, especially when paired with no food or a high-sugar snack. A strong jolt of coffee without a balanced meal can cause temporary blood vessel constriction and a sharp rise in cortisol, your stress hormone. This combination creates an environment where your circulation slows instead of accelerates, leaving your brain and muscles slightly undersupplied at the very moment you need energy and alertness. By avoiding these pitfalls, you create space for breakfast to become a true vascular booster. And that's where the right foods can make a measurable difference within hours. Among the most powerful circulation-friendly foods for the morning are berries, particularly blueberries, strawberries, and blackberries. Their deep colors come from anthocyanins, plant compounds that strengthen the walls of your blood vessels and help them expand more easily. Studies have shown that even a single serving of berries can improve blood flow within 2 hours of eating. Adding them to your breakfast is like giving your arteries a gentle stretch at the start of the day. Next are leafy greens, such as spinach and arugula. These are rich in natural nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, the molecule that signals your blood vessels to relax and widen. When eaten in the morning, greens can set up your circulation for better performance all day, especially during physical activity or mental focus periods. Lightly steaming or blending them into a smoothie makes the nitrates more available to your body. Citrus fruits, oranges, grapefruits, or even a squeeze of fresh lemon in water offer vitamin C, which supports the production of collagen in your blood vessel walls, keeping them strong yet flexible. Vitamin C also works as an antioxidant, protecting your vessels from oxidative stress that can stiffen them over time. Finally, oats provide beta-glucan fiber, which helps lower LDL cholesterol and improves the elasticity of arteries. A warm bowl of oats with berries and a sprinkle of nuts not only stabilizes blood sugar, but also delivers a steady release of energy, keeping your circulation smooth and consistent until your next meal. When these foods are combined, berries for vessel strength, leafy greens for nitric oxide, citrus for flexibility, and oats for steady flow, your breakfast becomes a targeted therapy for your circulation. And for those over 60, that's not just nutrition, it's daily natural medicine for vitality. If you want, I can now move into parts 5 and 6 of the script, tying in the mind-body connection and delivering a motivational close with a simple morning action plan. That way, your audience leaves not just informed, but inspired to act immediately. Circulation is more than just a measure of heart health. It's the silent engine that powers your mind, mood, and energy every day. When blood moves freely, carrying oxygen and nutrients to every organ, your body operates in harmony. But after 60, even small changes in morning habits can influence whether your circulation becomes your ally or your obstacle. This is where the mind-body connection becomes powerful. The foods you choose at breakfast don't just affect your arteries. They influence the way your brain functions, your hormones balance, and your stress levels stay in check. A healthy morning circulation pattern means your brain receives a steady supply of oxygen, sharpening memory and focus. It means your muscles warm quickly, joints feel looser, and you move without stiffness. On the hormonal level, that helps control cortisol, your primary stress hormone, preventing spikes that can leave you jittery or fatigued later in the day. It also stabilizes insulin response, reducing the energy crashes that often follow a sugary or processed breakfast. The right foods in the morning create a positive feedback loop. Better blood flow supports mental calm, physical readiness, and metabolic balance, which in turn keeps your circulation healthier. This is why breakfast can be thought of as your first act of self-care each day. one that affects both your body and mind. Eating berries for their vessel strengthening anthocyanins, greens for nitric oxide, citrus for flexibility, and oats for sustained energy isn't just good nutrition, it's a deliberate morning therapy. It's a choice to send a clear message to yourselves: today we thrive. So here's the simple morning action plan. Begin with a base of whole grains like oats or quinoa for steady energy. Add a serving of leafy greens, blended into a smoothie or gently wilted into an omelet to kickstart nitric oxide production. Top with a handful of fresh berries to fortify vessel walls, and include a citrus element like sliced orange or a squeeze of lemon in water to keep arteries flexible. Keep processed meats and refined carbs off your plate in the morning, and if you enjoy coffee, pair it with food rather than drinking it on an empty stomach. Every morning you have a choice. You can eat in a way that narrows your vessels and dampens your energy, or you can eat in a way that opens them, feeds your cells, and fills you with vitality. After 60, that choice matters more than ever. The difference between feeling sluggish and feeling alive can be made in the first hour of your day. By making your breakfast a tool for circulation, you're not just fueling the hours ahead, you're investing in years of better living, clearer thinking, and stronger movement. And it all starts tomorrow morning with what you put on your plate.